She laughed and said, "Calm down. You'll always be my little backup." I replied, "Backups get deleted." Then I packed my stuff that night and blocked her on everything. 3 months later, she called from a new number. Her first choice had dumped her. I hung up. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. I'm Alex, 28, and for the past 3 years, I've been in what I thought was a solid relationship with Emily. We met in college, bonded over late-night study sessions, and shared dreams about building a future together. I was the guy who showed up, always. When she lost her job last year during those rough economic times, I covered the rent on our apartment in the city without a second thought. I picked up extra shifts at my IT job, cooked meals when she was stressed, and listened to her vent about how she felt stuck. "You're my rock, Alex," she'd say, hugging me tight. "I don't know what I'd do without you." But looking back, the cracks were there, and I was too committed to see them. Emily had this way of making me feel like I was essential, but only in the background. She'd flirt with the idea of other guys in subtle ways, comparing me to her adventurous ex or gushing about some charismatic coworker named Jake from her new marketing gig. "Jake's so spontaneous," she'd muse over dinner. "He just booked a trip to Europe on a whim. We should do stuff like that." I'd nod, suggest we plan something, but she'd brush it off. "Nah, you're more the planner type. It's cute. Cute. Like I was a puppy, not her partner." It escalated slowly. She'd stay out late for networking events, come home smelling like cologne that wasn't mine, and get defensive if I asked about it. "God, Alex, not everything's about you. I need space to grow." I swallowed it, thinking it was just a phase. I loved her after all. Sacrificed a promotion opportunity because it involved relocating. She didn't want to move. Flashback to one night. We're in bed, and she's scrolling through her phone. I lean over, kiss her shoulder. She pulls away slightly. "What's wrong?" I ask. "Nothing," she says, but her tone's off. "Just, Jake sent this funny meme. He's hilarious." "Jake again? You talk about him a lot." She rolls her eyes. "Jealous much? He's just a friend. You're the one I come home to." That stung, but I let it go. I was loyal to a fault, committed to making us work. Little did I know, I was being mistreated in the worst way, emotionally strung along as her safety net while she chased excitement elsewhere. It all came to a head one Friday evening after work. I got home early that day, picked up her favorite takeout to surprise her. Walked in to find her packing a bag, not for a trip, but with clothes and toiletries like she was moving out. My heart dropped. "Emily, what's going on?" She turned, not even looking guilty. More like annoyed I'd interrupted. She set the bag down and crossed her arms, that smug smile creeping in. "Alex, we need to talk. I've been thinking. This isn't working for me anymore." I stood there, food bag still in hand, feeling the room spin. "What do you mean? We've been through tough times before. We can fix this." She laughed, actually laughed, a short, dismissive bark. "Fix what? You're sweet, Alex, but let's be real. Jake and we've been seeing each other. He's exciting, ambitious. He gets me in ways you don't." "Seeing each other? As in?" "Yes, cheating. Whatever you want to call it." She shrugged like it was no big deal. "I didn't plan it, but it happened. And honestly, it's shown me what I've been missing. You're reliable, sure. But I need more than that. I deserve passion, adventure." I felt like I'd been punched. "So all this time I've been what? Your placeholder?" "Calm down," she said, rolling her eyes again. "You'll always be my little backup. If things don't work out with Jake, who knows? But right now, I'm choosing him. He's taking me on that Europe trip next week. We're moving in together. His place is way nicer anyway." "Backup." The word burned. "You think you can just keep me on the shelf while you test drive someone else?" Her tone turned condescending, like she was explaining to a child. "Look, it's not personal. You're a good guy, stable job, always there. But Jake? He's got that spark. He makes me feel alive. You make me feel safe. Boring safe. And I don't want to settle. Life's too short for that twisted logic, right? I mean, why stay with the sure thing when I can go for the thrill?" She picked up her bag, heading for the door. "I'll grab the rest of my stuff later. Don't make this weird, okay? We can still be friends or something." I didn't beg, didn't yell. My mind raced, but I kept it together. "Backups get deleted," I said calmly, setting the takeout down. She paused, laughed again, louder this time, smug, and disrespectful. Oh, dramatic. See, that's why. Jake wouldn't say something so petty. Bye, Alex. And just like that, she walked out. Door clicked shut, and I was alone with the silence. That night, after Emily slammed the door, I didn't chase her. Didn't call or text begging for an explanation. Instead, I stood in the kitchen, staring at the cooling takeout bags, feeling a numbness creep in. Part of me wanted to rage, smash something, scream into the void, but I held back. I'd given her everything: time, support, my future plans. And she laughed it off like I was a joke. A backup. The word echoed in my head, twisting the knife. I poured myself a glass of water, sat on the couch, and let the silence settle. No tears, no dramatic breakdown. Just quiet processing. Why had I ignored the signs? Flashback to a few months ago, we'd been at a friend's barbecue. Emily was chatting with Jake across the yard, laughing a bit too loudly at his jokes. I approached, handed her a drink. "Thanks, babe," she said absently, then turned back to him. Later that night, in the car, I mentioned it felt off. "You're overthinking," she snapped. "Jake's just fun. Not everyone has to be serious like you." Serious, reliable, boring. Her words built a narrative where I was the problem. But sitting there alone, I started questioning it. Was I really the backup, or had she manipulated me into that role? The confusion hit hard. Days blurred into a haze. I went to work on autopilot, fixing code bugs while my mind replayed every moment. Sleepless nights followed. I'd lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling the unfairness sink in. I'd turned down that job transfer for her stability. Skipped weekends with friends to be there when she needed emotional support after her job loss. "You're the best, Alex," she'd whispered during those tough weeks, clinging to me. Now, discarded for spark. I didn't confront her. No angry voicemails or public callouts. Instead, I detached. That same night, I packed my essentials, clothes, laptop, a few books, into a duffel bag. The apartment was in my name, but I didn't want the reminders. I crashed at a buddy's place temporarily. No explanations beyond, we broke up. Then, methodically, I blocked her on everything: phone, social media, email. Even mutual apps we shared for bills, transferred what I owed, and cut ties. It was clean, surgical. Backups get deleted, I'd said, and I meant it. The next few weeks were the hardest. Silence from her end at first, which stung more than I'd admit. No apology texts, no regret. Just nothing. I filled the void with routine. Hit the gym harder, picked up running to clear my head. Started therapy. Yeah, I wasn't too proud to admit I needed it. The therapist helped unpack the manipulation, how she'd kept me hooked with just enough affection while eyeing the exit. "You were loyal," he said. She exploited that. It hurt, realizing I'd been undeservedly mistreated, but it also clarified things. I wasn't the villain in her story. I was the convenience. Confusion turned to quiet anger, then acceptance. I moved into a small studio across town, nothing fancy but mine. Focused on work, nailed a side project that got me a raise. Reconnected with old friends who'd faded during the relationship. One night, over beers, my buddy Mike asked, "You okay, man? She did you dirty." I nodded. "Yeah, it sucked, but I'm done being someone's plan B." No outbursts, just steady rebuilding. The unfairness lingered. Why did good guys finish last? But I let it breathe, using it as fuel. 3 months in, life felt lighter. I was sleeping better, laughing more. Emily, a fading echo. Until she resurfaced. It started with whispers from mutual friends. I kept a low profile, but word got around. Apparently, Emily's upgrade with Jake wasn't the fairy tale she'd sold. At first, it was small stuff. A friend mentioned seeing her post vague, dramatic statuses online when the thrill fades, but I wasn't checking. Then, more concrete details trickled in. Jake, the charismatic coworker, turned out to be a classic user. He'd charmed her with promises of adventure. That Europe trip she bragged about? It happened, but he paid with a company card that got flagged. Turns out he was embezzling small amounts from work. The trip was part business, part cover. Karma hit fast and hard. About 2 months after she left, Jake got exposed. His wife. Yeah, he was married, something Emily either ignored or didn't know, found out about the affair. Divorce papers flew, and in the mess, his shady dealings at the office came to light. He got fired, blacklisted in the industry. Emily, Collateral damage. She'd quit her job to focus on us, she told friends. But really, it was to avoid the awkwardness of working with him post-affair. Now, with Jake dumping her to salvage his own mess. You're fun, but this is too complicated, he reportedly told her. She was left high and dry. No job, drained savings from the trip and impulsive spending, and her reputation tanked. Friends who once defended her started distancing. She played with fire. One mutual acquaintance texted me, unprompted. Jake used her, then ghosted. She's unraveling, posting rants about fake people, but everyone's seeing through it. Isolation set in. Her social circle, built on superficial vibes, crumbled when the drama got real. Broke and alone, she moved back in with her parents temporarily, but even they were fed up. I'd heard through the grapevine her mom had warned her about ditching a good man for excitement. The hypocrisy was ironic. She'd called me boring, but now her thrilling choice left her irrelevant, scrambling for stability. Mutual friends stopped inviting her out. Some even reached out to me apologizing for not seeing it sooner. We thought she was just adventurous, one said. But she manipulated everyone. Emily's downfall felt earned, not vengeful, just the natural consequence of her choices. She began to show cracks publicly. Desperate job applications, selling stuff online to make ends meet. And then, the reaches started. The first crack in her facade came exactly 3 months after she walked out. I'd just wrapped up a solid day at work, landed a new client project that came with a bonus, and was heading to the gym when my phone rang from an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but curiosity won. Hello, Alex? It's Emily. Her voice was shaky, not the smug tone I remembered. Please don't hang up. I need to talk to you. I paused on the sidewalk, keeping my voice even. What do you want? A long sigh on her end. Jake, he's gone. Dumped me last week. Said I was too much drama after everything blew up at his job. I'm a mess, Alex. Living with my parents, no job prospects. I realize now what I had with you. You were always there, stable. I made a huge mistake. Can we meet? Just coffee? I miss us. Miss us. The hypocrisy hit like a wave. She discarded me like yesterday's news, and now that her first choice bailed, I was supposed to swoop in? But I stayed calm. No, Emily. We're done. Wait, please. I was stupid, blinded by the excitement. But you're the real deal. Give me another chance. I'll make it up to you. I hung up without another word. Blocked the number. But she didn't stop. Texts started from new accounts. Burner apps, I guessed. Alex, I'm sorry. Let's talk. I know I hurt you, but I need you. Then more desperate. Why are you ignoring me? This isn't like you. You're supposed to be the nice guy. Her friends got involved next, and they were as toxic as she was. My phone buzzed with a call from Sarah, one of her besties who'd always sided with her. Alex, come on. Emily's going through hell. Jake was an asshole. Cheated on her too. Can you believe it? She's crying every day. You should hear her out. Holding a grudge makes you look petty. Petty, I replied flatly. She called me her backup. Laughed about it. I'm not interested. Sarah huffed. God, men and their egos. She was just confused. Her family's worried. She's not eating, spiraling. Do the right thing. I ended the call, blocked her too. Then came the family. Emily's mom texted first. Alex, this is Karen. Emily told us everything. You're being cruel ignoring her. She needs stability right now. Be a man and forgive her. Family's about second chances. Her dad called a day later, gruff and unpleasant. Listen, kid. My daughter's a wreck because of that Jake idiot. You were good for her. Stop playing games and call her back. We raised her to deserve better than this silence. Deserve better? The entitlement floored me. I kept it brief. Respectfully, no. Blocked. Emily's attempts ramped up. She showed up at my old apartment. Must have forgotten I'd moved. Then somehow got my new address, probably from a mutual who slipped. One evening, a knock at my door. There she was, disheveled, eyes red. Alex, please. Let me in. I drove all this way. I stood in the doorway, arms crossed. How'd you find me? A friend. Doesn't matter. Look, I'm desperate. No money, no place soon. Parents want me out. Jake took everything, emotionally and literally. He maxed out a card in my name during the trip. I'm in debt. You were always the fixer. Help me. Her voice cracked, but I saw the manipulation, playing on my old role as the reliable one. No, Emily. Go home. She shifted from pleading to angry, true colors flashing. How can you be so cold? After everything? I thought you loved me. You're just gonna watch me fall apart? Fine, be that way. You'll regret this when I'm back on my feet without you. She stormed off, but the messages continued. You're heartless. Then, I hate you for this. Escalating to rage, showing the disrespect hadn't changed. I documented it all, just in case, but stayed detached. Her desperation peaked, involving more people, but I held firm. No sympathy, no engagement. I'd built my peace. She wasn't shattering it. It all culminated at our mutual friend Mike's birthday party a couple weeks later. I debated going. Knew there was a chance she'd show, but Mike insisted. Come on, man. You've moved on. Don't let her control your life. He was right. I arrived feeling good. New haircut, hitting PRs at the gym, even started dating casually. Met a great woman named Lisa through work, nothing serious yet, but refreshing. The party was at a casual bar downtown, low-key with string lights and music. I was chatting with friends, beer in hand, when I spotted Emily across the room. She looked rough, tired eyes, forced smile, hovering alone while people gave her side glances. Our eyes met. She beelined over. Alex, she said, voice low but urgent. Didn't expect you here. Can we talk? Privately. I glanced around. A few curious stares, but kept composed. Say what you need to hear. She fidgeted, glancing at my group. Fine. I've been thinking a lot. Jake was a mistake. He used me, dumped me like trash. Now I'm seeing clearly. You were the one. Stable kind. I was smug, disrespectful, I admit it. But I've changed. Give us another shot? I'll prove it. Her hypocrisy hung in the air. Friends nearby shifted uncomfortably. Mike raised an eyebrow at me. I took a sip of my beer, mirroring her old logic back. You said I was your backup. Calm down, right? You'd always have me if the first choice flopped. Well, backups get deleted. You chose excitement over stability. Looks like you got both, just not how you planned. Her face flushed. That's not fair. I was wrong, okay? Desperate now. Please, Alex. I see you thriving. New place, looking good. I want that with you. I shook my head, indifferent. Thriving? Yeah, I am. New projects at work, running marathons. Even met someone who values what I bring without the games. You're irrelevant to that now. Powerless to pull me back. She stepped closer, voice rising. So that's it. You're done? After I begged? You're cold. Cold. I echoed calmly. You laughed when you left. Called it dramatic. Tables turned. This is just closure. Mike intervened then, steering her away as she muttered angrily. Fine. Enjoy your better life. You'll miss me. I didn't. As she left, shoulders slumped, the contrast hit. Her desperate, alone, me surrounded by real friends, emotionally free. No punishment intended, just facts. She'd become a ghost in my story, while I'd built something solid. Later, with Lisa over coffee, I barely thought of Emily. She'd taught me my worth. I'd moved on completely. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.